UFC's lightweight dilemma, Ilia Topuria's reluctance to fight for contender status. Ilia Topuria has reportedly declined the opportunity to fight for a number 1 contender's spot at 155 pounds, making it clear that his only goal is to challenge for the lightweight title, whether the champion is Islam Makhachev or someone else. However, if Topuria's title shot is inevitable, why hasn't the UFC made it official yet? The promotion may be taking a strategic approach. Pitting 2 of their biggest stars against each other too soon could mean losing momentum for at least one of them. One possible solution would be moving Makhachev up to welterweight, but the reigning lightweight champion has repeatedly stated he has no interest in pursuing the 170-pound title as long as Belal Muhammad holds the belt. That scenario leaves the UFC with a tough decision. According to Ariel Helwani, the situation hinges on a key outcome: Jack Della Maddalena winning the welterweight title. If Muhammad retains, however, things get more complicated. Helwani is eager to see how the UFC navigates this challenge, as it could force them to rethink their matchmaking plans for both Makhachev and Topuria. Of course, there's a simpler solution: Topuria could fight another top contender to solidify his claim to the title shot. This would give the UFC time to let the division play out naturally. But from Topuria's perspective, why should he have to take that risk? He's already vacated the featherweight title after defending it against some of the sport's greatest fighters. Why should he be the one making sacrifices? Does Topuria deserve a lightweight title shot? While some believe Topuria has the skill set to compete for gold immediately, Makhachev and his team, including Khabib Nurmagomedov, argue that he must first prove himself against a top-ranked lightweight. A fight against Arman Tsarukyan, who is closing in on a title shot himself, seemed like a logical step for Topuria. However, the Spanish-Georgian fighter appears uninterested in that route, putting him at odds with Team Khabib, which insists he needs to earn his way to the top. Makhachev has echoed this sentiment, stating that Topuria hasn't done enough in the lightweight division to warrant a title opportunity. However, that stance raises questions, considering Makhachev previously fought Alexander Volkanovski twice, once on short notice and once with a full training camp. Beyond Tsarukyan, the lightweight division lacks many clear-cut contenders. Gaethje's title hopes will depend on his performance against Dan Hooker at UFC 313, making him unavailable for much of the year. If the UFC doesn't grant Tsarukyan a shot at the belt, there are few other legitimate threats at 155 pounds. Despite Makhachev's reservations, his coach Javier Mendez has already stated that if the UFC books a fight between Islam and Topuria, Team Khabib won't turn it down. Mendez is confident that with 2 months of preparation, Makhachev can defeat anyone the UFC puts in front of him. Now, it's up to the UFC to decide how to handle this high-stakes scenario. Will they grant Topuria an immediate title shot, or will he have to prove himself first?